Kia ora koutou, I'm the Bento Buster, Kiwi in Japan, and today I'm going to show you how to make some curry ramen. And to be more precise, Keema Curry Ramen. And as you'll soon see, this dish is simple to make and very tasty. And more importantly, a great way to use up your Japanese curry cubes that are lying around the house. Okay, and to kick things off, I'm going to saute a quarter of an onion in some oil, and then I'm going to add some mince. Today I'm using beef mince, but of course you can use any type of mince you want, chicken or pork or anything else that you think should be minced. And you just keep on sauteing it until it's cooked all the way through and it looks something like this. And after that, it's time to add the water. Followed by a dash of Japanese sauce or Worcestershire sauce or some tonkatsu sauce, it's up to you. And of course it wouldn't be a super quick and delicious ramen without some shantan. And if you don't have any shantan, you can replace it with, say, some CookDo paste, or maybe a smidgen of chicken consomme. Or if you don't have any of those, you can just replace the water with chicken stock. So don't freak out if you don't have any shantan, it's not the end of the world, okay? And now it's time to add the Japanese curry roux. Any brand will do, and I'd say you'll only need about 15 grams of it. And that's all we need to make our Keema Curry Ramen broth. Now notice the viscosity? It's perfect, and by that I mean it's not too thick and it's also not too watery. It's in the middle somewhere. And trust me, you don't want this broth to be too thick. That's why I added only 15 grams of curry roux to 500 mils of water. Okay, so the broth is done. So now it's time to boil our noodles according to the instructions on the package. The noodles are ready. Brilliant. Everything is prepared, so now it's time to plate up this ramen. Okay, now to build this ramen, the first thing I'm going to do is pour in that Keema Curry Ramen broth into my bowl. Now to elegantly lower in my noodles. You start off on the far side and then wiggle it and move it towards yourself, and that was not elegant at all. In fact, that was just a big noodle dump. But I can salvage it by giving it a nice ramen pull. And there you go, and everyone is none the wiser. Okay, so we're all set, so now it's time to add our toppings. Now it wouldn't be ramen without some green onion. And because this is the curry ramen, how about some beni shoga, aka pickled ginger. And of course, let's not forget our egg. Now remember, this is a Keema Curry Ramen, so I'm not going to use a ramen egg. The curry flavour is way too powerful and it'll just be wasteful. So I'm just going to go with a regular boiled egg with a kind of jammy centre. And I think that's a good choice because the egg white is really going to stand out against that curry broth. And guess what? That's it, we are ready to go. Okay, so the first thing I've got to do is check out this broth. Yep, as I said, it's the right viscosity. Man, that's a difficult word to say. And it tastes delicious. Goldilocks would be very happy with this because it's just right. Okay, so now let's try some broth with some beni shoga. Oh yes, that looks very good. Oh yes, and that ginger really takes it to the next level. And next it's time for the egg. Just as I thought, excellent. Oh, and by the way, you may be wondering why I'm eating it this way. Well, there's a camera in the way, and also I'm wearing white trousers and I don't want any curry on them. And guess what? No surprises, those noodles were spot on. Yep, this is really delicious. The broth has just the right amount of shantan, curry roux, and mince. That together combined to create a wonderful curry taste. And the broth was just the right thickness, not too watery, not too thick, as I keep on mentioning. And the best thing is, I got no curry on my clothes, because usually I'm a messy eater. Thanks for watching, guys, on the Bento Buster, and I'll see you next time. Kia kaha!